that sort of get together after or kind of post during the end of COVID thing. Maslin were the only ones that had the chutzpah, the cojones to pull it off. And a bunch of us met for the first time. We've been spending 3 or 4 hours a night on the radio together. That was a good time, a real good time. That place is always going to hold a special place in my heart.
W2JLS returning. Yeah, I agree. And, who knows? Maybe again someday. But I will say that it seemed like maybe my perspective is a little skewed, but it seems like the repeater activity blew up even bigger than it was as a function of COVID and some of those interactions we were having in the evening back then. You boys crafted the Borealis net later to shift and transition to the glory of the Beacon net today. So, cool times, man.
Well, I had to wait for my node to ID. Dude. COVID, no doubt, had an impact on all of us spending a couple hours a night talking to each other. And if anything good came out of that shite show, well, maybe that's it. And pulling out of that and going to meet everybody at the Maps Hamfest was a pretty good dealio. I just got called to action, man. I got to take Charlotte, the miniature schnauzer, out so I can get back here in time for Mickey Mouse roll call. W2JLS, KD8SLG. I'll be clear as I'm walking away to grab the dog.
Copy that, Nick. Have a good walk. Get some fresh air out there. It's starting to cool off a little bit. W2JLS, I'll be out here listening.
JLS, KD8PC Portable, how are you?
Dustin, good evening to you, sir. Good evening on your ears. How are you doing, man?
Well, good evening, John. I am fantastic, friend. We passed out some candy this evening, had a little whiskey with my neighbors, so just having a nice, relaxing evening. Went to the Ham Fest this morning. Got the radio I'm talking on here at a discount price, and I guess I won a prize there. I think they picked it up for me, so that's pretty cool. What's going on in your neck of the woods?
Oh, boy. Dustin, I'm just having way too much fun. Lots of like at the moment, I'm in the middle of, I'd say probably 3/4 the way through a couple 1,000-word essay on, here's my title, see if you like this, A Critical Evaluation of Ansel Keys' 7 Countries Study, Historical Context and Modern Reassessment. This is the guy that told us that eating steak was bad for us and had people eating carbohydrates and created the legend that supported the food pyramid and all that crap. So I'm tearing into it from a statistical ethics proposition. So that's going on at the moment, and work is just on fire, nuts right now. And we can't go into all the details there, but I'll just say I'm busy, slightly stressed, and very, very busy, and looking forward to a break. You know what I mean? Mid-December is coming. Anyway, back to you, buddy. What did you win? What did you win?
I think I won an antenna analyzer, if I remember right. I was in the middle of work, and I got the phone call there, so I was only kind of half listening there. So, I think I won an MFG antenna analyzer, so that's pretty cool. And, man, sounds like you've had some stressful things happening at work there. I hear you. Christmas is just around the bend, and hopefully you'll get some kind of break then. I know I'm ready for my weekend here in a couple. That's only a couple days, but that'll be a nice little break there too.
Yeah, cool on that antenna analyzer. If anyone deserves it, you know, with all that you do in our radio community anyway, you certainly deserve a little treat, you know. And antenna analyzers, those are not cheap, you know. So hope it's a nice one, buddy. You have to fill us in on all the details once you get it sorted out.
I'll certainly let you know. Nick picked it up for me there because he gave me a call. So I'm excited about it because I never win anything. So when I got a call that I won something, I was like, well, goody there. And yeah, that's all that's going on there. And I didn't ask you, how does this radio sound? I think you're the first person I've talked to on it.
Well, I'm not sure what radio you're on, but and I am operating on Echolink at the moment. I'm not down in the radio room, so maybe it's my ears, or as it comes through Echolink, you sound clear but mildly garbled. Like, not bad, but you don't sound as great as you usually do on RF. And again, it may be an Echolink effect. W2JLS, back to you.
Could possibly be. I'm coming in through Allstar also, so I'm not exactly a straight shot connection, so there could be a little bit of packet loss and stuff in there, but yeah, I'm just glad that it is working. I'm running on super low power right now. There's super low, there's low, there's medium, and there's high, and I'm like, well, super low keys the radio, no reason to have any more power.
Sounds good on Allstar to me, AB and ML.
Hi, Andy. Good to see you earlier.
Oh, I'm not sure if it was supposed to come back to me there, W2JLS. I'll pass it back to us. I think it's getting close to 9:30.
Yeah, I was just looking at the clock. We're getting pretty close to the time there, so I am going to bid you adieu for the moment. Great to hear you, John, as always. We'll say 73 to you for now, and when you do get a few minutes there, we'll have to try the D-Star one of these days. And Andy, I heard you in there. Good to hear you, my friend, and it was good to see you earlier. All right, gentlemen, this is KDAD PC Portable, and I'll be clear and listening.
All right. Yeah, I'm afraid to jump in anymore because anytime, stuff breaks all the time on my end. So usually when I hear silence, I just assume something quit working. Well, I was just thrown in there. It actually sounds good. Doesn't quite have as much high end as your other radio, but I think the audio quality is good. Got a good signal and sounds fine. Alrighty, I'm going to be waiting here, and we'll let Eric open the door here. This is AB and ML.
KEAVZA here. I have a NetLogger window open. I'll be the net control operator for the pre-show coming up at the bottom of the hour in about 2.5 minutes. And I've harvested some call signs, a couple that I've heard here RF and some from the blue screen. So I'll be waiting. If anybody else wants to get an early front row seat and you're not on the log yet, or you don't know if you're on the log yet, just give me a call. We have a couple minutes yet.
KE8VZA, this is KE8ZRY. Go ahead and put me on the log, please.
KE8ZRY, KE8VZA here. Got you on the log there, Jeremy. I saw you pop in the blue screen. I added you as you were speaking. So thanks, gotcha. And KE8VZA here if anybody else wants to squeak in.
I want to squeak just to squeak. KD8SLG.
Squeak, squeak. K8LYJ.
Today, my brother flew into town, literally, and so I had to go over to my parents and see him. I rarely get to see him. He's such a moving target.
Or his arm is tired.
Yeah, a little bit. All right, stand by for our lovely announcer.
The Beacon Net, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
There she is, QST, QST, QST. Welcome to the Beacon Net pre-show. I'm KE8VZA, my KE8VZA in some circles. Kilo Echo 8 Victor Zulu Alpha. My personal is Echo Romeo India Charlie Eric. And I'll be the, I think I already said, I'll be the net control operator for the Beacon Net pre-show. Beacon Net meets here every Sunday and Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, with pre-checks at 9:30 Eastern. And let's see, it's a control pre-net. I ask that all traffic pass through net control, yours truly. Urgent or emergency traffic, please break in at any time. And at this point, I'll take a break for any emergency or emergency traffic. Please call now. All right, hearing nothing. The Beacon Net is here on the emanating from the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio. Frequency is 147 Mark 390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. You can also connect via Allstar. Our node number is 48496. Or Echolink, look for W8WKY-R in the list. All right, I've got some call signs from the from before the pre-show here for the blue screen, and a couple that I heard out there, and I'll read off who I have here. Let me take a break for time. KE8BZA returning. All right, we have Chuck, WB4AIZ from Florida, in and out. 73 Chuck. John, I grabbed you. W2JLS. Ray, K5CFY. Kelly, KC0LRM. Taco Tim, KI5TAQ. And Mike is streaming our show on YouTube, WB8CXO. I saw him pop in and out of the blue screen, so I took the liberty of adding him in and out. Thank you, Mike, if you're listening, for streaming us. If you guys want to hear how you sound, check it out. Go to YouTube and just search for Beacon Net, and you'll find it. AB8MO, Andy, got you. N8YMY, John. KE8ZRY, Jeremy. And KE8QFT, Fred. All right, let's take some more check-ins. Please give me your call sign phonetically and alphabetically with your name and location. I am KE8VZA, and I'm listening.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Echo Papa Bravo, KF8 EPB, Bryan and Cuyahoga Falls, and I'll be in and out tonight.
Kilo Alpha 8 Lima Yankee Juliet, KA8LYJ, Bob in the Magic City.
Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor, Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor, Kevin in Valley Springs, California.
All right, KE8VZA. I got a couple more call signs there. We picked up, let's see, KF8EPB, Brian, in and out, got you. KA8LYJ, Bob, in the match. I neglected to do the Mickey Mouse roll call. Shame on me. Anyway, let's go up to the top of our list and check in with our net control team. KE8QKO, Nick at Nite. How you doing, Nick? And are you ready to roll at the top of the hour?
KE8VZA, KE8QKO. Yes, sir, I'm here, ready to rock and roll. I wasn't going to bother calling you out on that because I figured you probably forgotten. Let you keep going. And but, some people want to call you out. I didn't want to do that. Anyway, back to you, Eric, KE8QKO.
All right, thanks, Nick. Good to hear you tonight. You're sounding good. Then, yeah, we have a procedure. I like to stick to it. And I just got a little gung-ho with check-ins here. So we'll get back to check-in. So if you're waiting to check in, have no fear. Next on the list is Dustin, KD8EPC. How you doing tonight, Dustin? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Visa and the BeaconNet pre-show. Well, good evening to you, Eric, and everybody out on the BeaconNet tonight. You know what? I want to tell you to keep me on the list, but I can already tell you that by the time it comes around to me, I am going to be long gone and studying the inside of my eyelids. So, sorry we missed you this morning at the Ham Fest. I did manage to get out there for a while, got to see a handful of people, but didn't get to stay that long because I did have to get to work this morning. So, with that, Eric, I'll say 73 to you. Have a great night, and we'll catch you there down the log. This is KD8EPC, back to Pre-Net Control 73.
All right, Dustin, very good. Yeah, sorry I missed the Ham Fest and seeing everybody, but had a slight change of plans there. But got you on the log, in and out, and 7-3, good to hear you. And we'll clear with KD8EPC. Let's go down and touch base with Just Nick, KD8SLG. How you doing today, Just Nick?
KD8VZA, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Eric, and all the Beacon netizens. First off, congratulations to Dustin for winning that prize today. He won a wonderful MFJ, I think it's a P59, 259 antenna analyzer. It's awesome. I've used it a million times. They're great. They're easy to use. And since he's not sticking around tonight, he just forfeited it to me. And there's Nick. KE8QKO, Nick at Night. Good to hear you, man. I wasn't calling Eric out. I was simply reminding him to do roll call. If I was calling him out, I would have broken in on DV switch, God mode, and talked over everybody. Anyway, man, I'm here for the duration, Eric. I'm here for the duration. KE8VZA, KD8SLG. Back to net control.
All right there, Just Nick. Very good. Yeah, it's a bummer to miss everyone today. I miss a great Ham Fest. But good to hear Dustin won something. Antenna analyzer. Pretty cool. Congrats, Dustin. Sorry you had to forfeit it to Just Nick there. Anyway, we'll clear with KD8SLG for now. Let's go down and see if Josh is out there. W8HRF. How you doing, Josh? Are you going to stick around for the big show tonight? W8HRF, KE8VZA. Are you out there, Josh? Perhaps not. Let's roll down to KE8YUK and see if she'll pick up. KE8YUK, Lucy, are you out there? And how you doing? And are you going to be around for the big show tonight?
KI5JB, man, I told you, short time.
KEAVZA here. Let's remember that we need to identify ourselves, and I did pick up AF5JB, Matt, short time. We'll get to you in a little bit here, Matt. We're not hearing anything from Lucy or Josh. They're not here tonight. That's okay. They did a fine job last Wednesday on the Josh and Lucy show version of the Beacon Net, and so we'll clear with them. Let's go down to KI5DAY. Alan, how you doing tonight? And how's Larry?
Kilo India 5, Delta Alpha Yankee. Hey, all is well. I'm just a little tired, but that's okay. It's been a long weekend. It never is long enough because, you know, Monday always seems to sneak its way back in pretty quick. But anyway, Larry's fine. He's just hanging out, listening to some Mozart on their new little rubber chicken headphones. So he's really into Mozart, you know, especially Marriage of Figaro. He starts dancing like a crazy. Well, I can't say that in other bird's name because he gets mad when I say it. But anyway, yeah, he's doing fine, and I'm doing fine, and I guess we're ready to go. I'm just trying to get into that logger here, so KI5DAY.
All right, Alan, very good. It's good to hear Larry likes Mozart. I like Mozart, too. Very cool. We'll clear with KI5DAY. Good to hear you, Alan. All right, let's go back to our list here. We had AF5JB Matt who checked in short time. Let's go down to Matt. AF5JB, do you have a couple comments for the net before you go?
Yeah, I appreciate it. Good evening to anybody else. Had a great weekend. Went to Spring and Langley and saw a couple of old high school friends of mine, and everybody's doing good in that part of the world. And to go back and talk about 1 o'clock, headed down. To go back and tell us about 1 o'clock in the morning. Went to Dave Buster's, played the World's Largest Batman and Supercars. Kind of hung around there for a little bit, and then went home and played some more games. Played Bust a Move, played Capcom Bowling, and Miss Batman. Had me a beer and a couple slices of pizza, then kind of hung around the house a little bit, watched TV, then went on to bed. That was my Saturday night, and then kind of took it easy the whole day today. It's supposed to be a wonderful week. Weather. It's currently 58 degrees right now with clear skies, so I'll definitely take it. Other than that, that's about all I got. Again, about to get a week out there, and good evening as well. Maybe on 73, and catch y'all next time. This is AF5JB, Matt, in the city of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Back to the control. Catch y'all next time. Thanks once again.
W8WKY.
There's that KY guy again. All right, Matt. Well, sounds like you had a great weekend. Beer, and I think you said pizza. I think pizza in there. That's a very good combination. I can go off my conservative eating rails into the beer and pizza realm without much coaxing. Anyway, good to hear you tonight, Matt. You take care, and you have a good week going forward, and thanks for joining us. 7-3, we'll clear with AF5JB. Any other check-ins that would like to get on the log before we start working this list, please call now. I'm KE8VZA.
KE8VZA, WA8KOC, good evening, Eric. K8BZA, Whiskey 8 Tango Delta, in and out, please.
KEAVZA returning, very good. We picked up 2 more stations there, WA8KOC Fred and W8TD John, who's no doubt out and about exploring the globe. Got you on the log, both of you. John, I could put you down as in and out, and safe travels. We'll clear with W8TD. Let's go up and talk to WA8KOC and see if he's going to stick around tonight. Fred, how you doing? And what do you have to say?
Hey, Eric, I've got to say thanks for taking my check-in this evening. I appreciate that. Congratulations to Dustin on his big win. MFJ, good quality stuff. Hi. Hopefully it works out and remains consistently, efficiently working correctly for him. But yeah, antenna analyzers are really important. So hopefully he enjoys it. And I'm going to just get my parking ticket punched this evening, and we'll look forward to talking to you on down the line somewhere. Just enjoy the net, and 7-3 to you and everybody else in here enjoying it with you. KE8VZA, WA8KOC. Take care, pal.
All right, Fred. Well, thanks for joining us, and you have a good evening. And MFJ, that's classic equipment now that they don't make it anymore, right? Anyway, good to hear you tonight, Fred. 7-3, got you in and out. We'll clear with WA8KOC. Let's go up to the top of the list. And we had WB4AIZ Chuck, who checked in and out. He was up at the top there, 7-3 Chuck. Let's go down and talk to John, W2JLS. How you doing tonight, John? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
W2JLS, yeah, keep me on the list. Yeah, and good evening to you, sir, on your ears. I am listening from the Echolink. I don't think I'm going to make it into the radio room, but hopefully this is sufficient for this evening. Got a big pile, so I'm going to let you get into it. Thanks for picking me up.
Very good, John. Echolink's working well for you tonight. Good copy, and good to hear you. We'll clear with W2JLS. Got you on the log. Let's go down and see if Ray's out there. K5CFY. How you doing tonight, Ray? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
KEAVZA in the net. K5CFY. Good net there going, getting started anyway. But no, I got up. My dog didn't know that we're supposed to set the time back or something. Anyway, I got up real early this morning, and I am dead tired. So I think I'm going to check out. So have a great net. 73 y'all. K5CFY.
Okay, Ray, no worries. You have a good sleep, a very restful one, you and Fred, and thanks for joining us tonight. Got you on the log in and out. We'll clear with K5CFY. Let's go down and talk to Kelly, KC0LRM. How are you tonight, Kelly, and are you going to stick around for the main net?
Okay, thanks for getting me in there, Eric. Yes, I will be sticking around. Wouldn't miss it. I got up pretty early too, but I'm not feeling it, so I'm gonna hang around. Back to you.
All right, Kelly, good. Got you on the log, and yeah, I'm starting to feel it a little bit, but I'll make it. So we'll clear with KC0LRM. Got you on the list. Let's go down to Taco Tim, KI5TAQ. How you doing tonight, Tim? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Hey, good evening there, Eric. This is KI5TAQ. Yes, I am sticking around, so I'll let you get on down the log.
All right, good, Tim. Got you on the log. We'll clear with KI5TAQ. Let's go down to Andy, AB8MO. How you doing tonight, Andy? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
I guess you could leave me on the list. I was going to check in and out, but I have been curious. Look to see when the World Collide Box Ohio was. Oh boy, it's near Millersburg, so probably wouldn't be able to hit 015 either from there. That'd be pushing it. All right, yeah, leave me on the list since I'm near the top here, but I probably will just head off the bed right after I take my turn. So, thanks, Eric. Missed you at the Ham Fest today. Not sure if you went or not, but somehow or other I missed you. And no node meltdowns so far. So hopefully it stays that way. We'll find out. Back she comes. K8VZA. This is AB8MO.
All right, Andy. Yeah, give it your best shot there. Got you on the log here. We'll clear with AB8MO. Let's go down and talk to John, N8YMY. How you doing tonight, John? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
KE8VZA, N8YMY. I tell you what, I got up this morning, my normal time, 6 a.m., and I couldn't believe it. There was people talking on the repeater. There was Nick and Craig early this morning, so it's been a long day. Spent the better part of the day at the Ham Fest and got to hang out with a few people that I knew and met a few that I didn't. And it's definitely been a long day. I'm going to call it quits. I think I'll just get my ticket punched and I'll be back up doing this whole thing again here in a few hours. So you have a good net and a good night, and we'll talk to you soon. N8YMY will be clear.
All right, John. I'm sure they were all revved up and ready to hit that Ham Fest this morning. So anyway, good to hear you tonight, and we got you on the log in and out, and I'm sure we'll hear you on the net in the morning. We'll clear with N8YMY 73. Now let's go down to Jeremy, KE8ZRY. How you doing, Jeremy? Are you going to stick around for trivia tonight?
KE8ZZA, this is KE8ZRY, Jeremy here in Ashland. Yeah, I'm going to stick around. I'm a little tired because of the time change, but I think I got it in me. So I'll talk to you a little bit later. KE8ZRY.
All right, Jeremy, very good. Give it your best shot there. I think I've got it in me too, so we'll ride this out together. How's that sound? We'll clear with KE8ZRY, and let me re-identify. I am Kilo Echo 8 Victor Zulu Alpha with the BeaconNet pre-show on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio. Frequencies 147 Mark 390, positive offset, PL tone 114 Mark 8. And we're going through our list of check-ins that we've put thus far. And next on the list is KE8QFT. How you doing, Fred? And are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
Thank you, Eric. Hello, everybody out there in ham radio land. Yeah, I'll be around. I have a pirate joke, and I can't type it out, so because it would take me all night, but I will share it when my time comes. KE8QFT back to net control.
All right, Fred, very good. Looking forward to it. Got you on the log. We'll clear with KE8QFT. Let's go down to Bob, KA8LYJ. How you doing tonight, Bob? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
VZA, this is KA8LYJ. Yeah, I got an extra hour of sleep this morning. Took a Sunday afternoon nap, so I shall linger. This is KA8LYJ.
All right, Bob. Welcome to the lingering. We got you on the log. We'll clear with KA8LYJ. Let's go down and talk to RevKev, K6KJV. How you doing tonight, Kevin? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Hello, Eric, and everyone else on the pre-net. This is K6KJV here in Valley Springs, California. And no, I'm not going to... Well, actually, I'm going to hang out and listen, but you can check me in and out because I've got some things to do here. So with that, I'll say double D's, Delta and Delta. God bless, and 73, everyone. Back to Eric from K6KJV.
Break.
All right, Kevin, very good. Got you on the log. In and out with the double D's as the answers. Good strategy tonight. Yes. Anyway, 7-3, Kevin. And go ahead and listen out. And if you want to recheck later on, feel free. 7-3. All right, we'll clear with K6KJV. And next on the log is KC8FQV. I gathered from the blue screen on his way back from a victorious roller coaster riding extravaganza up at Cedar Point. How you doing, Mark? And are you going to stick around for the net tonight? KC8FQV, are you out there, Mark? Okay. We'll leave him on the log. We'll catch him when we come around the horn. Let's go down, Pete, N5KBD. I grabbed you from the blue screen. How you doing tonight, Pete? And are you going to stick around for the main net? N5KBD, KE8VZA. Pete, are you out there? And are you going to join us for the Beaconette tonight? All right, nothing heard. We'll leave him on the list for now and touch base with him in a bit. We still have a couple minutes here. If anybody else would like to check in for the Beaconette, I'm KE8VZA, and I'm listening.
This is KE9CQD, Kilo Echo 9, Charlie, Quebec, Delta, checking in from Valparaiso, Indiana.
KE8VZA returning. Very good, Tim. KE9, Charlie, Quebec, Delta, got you on the log. Anybody else out there for the Beaconette tonight? I'm KE8VZA with the Beaconette pre-show. If you'd like to get on the log, give me a call. All right, KE8VZA returning. I did copy KE8MMY. Got you on the log there, Chris. Your low audio, a little scratchy, but I had a full copy on you there. No worries. Any other stations for the Beaconette tonight? Please give me a call.
KE8VZA is KE8SLG. I saw KE8MMY, and he was living in the lap of luxury today.
KD8SLG, KE8VZA. You know, I don't know how Chris does it. He's my idol, my hero. And I'm sorry I missed that spectacle today. But yes, I have witnessed it recently. He is definitely living in the lap of luxury. He even provided us a full dozen pumpkin spice donuts at our last fox hunt a few weeks back. Delish. Oh, and coffee. He brought coffee too. Major points scored there. KE8VZA. Anybody else for the log, please give me a call.
I'll give you an audio RF check in, Eric, KCFQV. I'm leaving Sandusky now and heading back home. But great.
KC8FQV, KE8VZA. Good copy on you there, Mark. Drive safely, and are you going to stick around for the net while you drive? You know what, Mark always sticks around. We'll leave him on the log. Okay, we've reached the top of the hour, and KE8QKO, KE8VZA here. If you're ready to go there, Nick, at Nite, go ahead and take it away.
Dump me, Eric.
All right, well, thank you, Eric, and fine business on the pre-show. Break for time. Sorry, I had to clear my throat there. Good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Nick. My call sign is K8QKO, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Kilo Oscar, and I'll be net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the WAWKR repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink WAWKY-R. This is a directed net, so all traffic must pass through net control. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, the Fireside Network, and various other repeaters. And we ask you to key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you've got to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. All right, nothing heard there. Looks like Eric did a good job on the pre-show. We'll see if anyone's out there that wants to check into the Beacon Net before we go get our trivia questions read. So if you've not checked into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. Well, it looks like Eric did a fine job. Let's go and in fact, speaking of Eric, let's go up and talk to him and get our primary question read. K8VZA, take it away.
W8WKY.
KE8QKO in the net. This is KE8VZA here with the main trivia. Here we go. Before the emergency call SOS, that would be Sierra Oscar Sierra, the international distress signal was what? And the choices are Alpha MDY, that's Mike Delta Yankee, or option Bravo, the letters are CQD, Charlie Quebec Delta, or option Charlie, the letters are Quebec Sierra Delta, or option Delta, and the letters are Quebec Romeo Hotel. I'll take a break and read this again. KE8VZA here. Before SOS, the international distress signal was what? The choices are Alpha MDY, that's Mike Delta Yankee, or Bravo CQD, that's Charlie Quebec Delta, or Charlie QSD, not to be confused with LSD, Quebec Sierra Delta, and option Delta, QRH, Quebec Romeo Hotel. I'll put this in the blue screen in a minute. KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Eric. I got my answer written down, so I'll look forward to doing that later in the net. Next, we'll go down and talk to KI5, DAY Alan, to get the alternate trivia read. Alan, take it away.
Alrighty, KI5DAY. I'll try to speak up because I'm really tired and I was told that I was quiet and I switched radios too, so hopefully this is better, who knows. I'll read this a couple times. In the early 2000s, a research team of scientists developed a bioluminescent animal using jellyfish glow genes. Interesting. Was it A, an Atlantic macrofish, B, a rhesus monkey, C, a Laysan albatross bird, or D, Dr. Esther Cornwaldelbein snapping turtle, Gunther? Again, in the early 2000s, a research team of scientists developed a bioluminescent animal using jellyfish glow genes. Was it A, an Atlantic macrofish, B, a rhesus monkey, C, a Laysan albatross bird, or D, Dr. Esther Cornwaldelbein snapping turtle, Gunther? KI5DAY.
All right, well, thank you for another fine answer there, Alan. I'm going to have to read it in the blue screen to really wrap my head around it, and then I will write my answer down. So thank you for doing the alternate trivia. All right, so we can let's start going through and talking to people. Our first station is In and Out. That's WB4AIZ, 73 Chuck. And our next station is not In and Out. That's W2JLS. John, how you doing, sir? What do you have for the beacon out tonight?
KE8QKO, W2JLS. I am, like, at the top of the list. I don't have much. I'm just sitting here running, and got to get something done and submitted, and then I've got to get to the real work, which will require that I get a decent night's sleep. So I'll answer these trivia questions in reverse. The first one about the jellyfish. And I heard the question before the choices. I was thinking a rabbit. I'm not sure why. I've heard about some of these bioluminescent things being transitioned from jellyfish elsewhere, and I want to say I heard rabbit, but I didn't hear that as an option. So I'll grab whatever the first mammal in the list was. I don't recall what they were, if I'm honest. And then the original SOS, I think, was CQD. Is my guess for that. So, yeah, with that, I know you've got a big stack of folks lined up to talk to you, so I'll let you get on with it. Mr. Nick, good to hear you in the air tonight. Hope everybody has a great rest of their Sunday. And don't forget, I mean, this happens by itself, but if somehow you're living without general tech, change your clocks. W2JLS, back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Yeah, some clocks changed on their own, but my microwave didn't, and it's still an hour ahead. I'll change it. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll leave it up and then just not change it, and then in 6 months it'll be right. I have had clocks do that before. Anyway, thanks for checking in. Appreciate it. Next, we're going to next, K5CFY Ray is In and Out. I mean, that's going to take us down to KC0LRM Kelly. How you doing, Kelly? What do you have for the beacon out tonight?
Okay, QKO. Hey, thanks for getting me in there. Already getting my answers in the blue screen. I'm going to go Alpha and Delta. Not a lot going on here. Just watched some good college football yesterday, and that Oklahoma-Tennessee game was a hoot last night. So when my Cowboys play tomorrow, they'll probably lose. That's what they've been doing recently. So that's about all I got. Hope everybody's enjoying this little bit of weather we're having here. It's not too bad. It's kind of nice. A little chilly in the morning, and nicer by the day. At least here it is anyway. I'm not sure what y'all are doing up there, but that's all I got. Everybody have a good evening out there, and I'm going to get out of here because I got to get up at 4 a.m. So back to you, back to Net Control 73.
All right, well, thank you, Kelly. Got your answer down there for Alpha and Delta. And yeah, 4 a.m., that's no fun, but get some sleep. Thanks for checking in. Next, we have KI5TAQ, Taco Tim from Bofang, Oklahoma. How you doing, Tim? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, good evening there, everybody. This is KI5TAQ. Let me get the questions out of the way. I think for the main trivia, I'm going to go with QSD, and of course the alternate, I'm going to have to go with Delta. So that'll be Charlie and Delta. And that's about all I'm going to say for right now on that one. And yeah, had that nice good extra hour of sleep, and then shall we say I'm going to enjoy more of it later tonight after hearing what the answers are. I'll send it back to Net Control. This is KI5TAQ.
All right, thank you, Tim. Got your answers down there for Charlie and Delta. Yeah, an extra hour of sleep does come in handy sometimes, especially the older I get. The older I get, I appreciate it more. All right, this is KE8QKO on the WWKR repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We're going through check-ins for the Beacon Net. Our next station is in and out. That's N8YMY. That's going to take us down to K8ZRY. Jeremy, how you doing, Jeremy? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
K8QKO, this is KE8ZRY, giving you a nick, and everybody's checked in on the net. Not much going on tonight. Had a pretty good weekend. Of course, dealing with the sick 2-year-old. I guess it's been a pretty good weekend. But other than that, it's been okay. For trivia, I'm going to go with Bravo and Bravo. And that's all I got. I'm going to pass it back over to Net Control. This is KE8ZRY, saying 73.
All right, well, thank you, Jeremy. Got your answers down for Bravo and Bravo. Yeah, 6-2-year-olds, that's no fun. And it looks like I also missed the previous check-in before you, so I'm going to go back up to him and check in with AV8MO, Andy. How you doing, Andy? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
W8WKY.
Alpha Bravo 8, Mike Oscar, AV8MO, KYKO. Andy, are you out there? Do you have comments for the Beacon Net? All right, well, I'm not hearing from Andy. Not sure what's going on there. But we can always get back with him later. He can recheck, or we can throw another call out for him later in the net. And we'll just go ahead and keep moving. Let's see. K8QFT, Uncle Fred, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, let me see. I'm going to say Charlie for both the trivia questions. And I need to share this anyhow. Sailor and a pirate, they're exchanging stories, see? And the sailor pointed to the pirate's peg leg and said, "How'd you get that?" The pirate said, I wrestled a shark and lost me leg." The sailor pointed to the pirate's hook and said, "How'd you get that?" The pirate said, I fought Redbeard's crew and lost me hand." The sailor pointed to the pirate's eye patch and asked, "How did you get that?" The pirate said, "A bird came by and left droppings in me eye." The sailor said, "That's not as impressive as the other two." The pirate answers, "It was my first day with the hook." So, anyhow, quite a World Series, wasn't it? KE8QFT, back to net control.
That's a good one, Fred. That's a good one. Got your answers down for Charlie and Charlie. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really watch the World Series. I don't watch it much anymore. Don't really get into it. So I'll agree with you then. It's quite the World Series. Anyway, thanks for the joke and thanks for checking in. I appreciate it. Next station is In and Out, and that is KA8EPH. That's going to take us down to KA8LYJ. Bob. How you doing, Bob? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO, this is KA8LYJ. Good evening, Nick. Good evening, Net. It's been kind of interesting the last few days. I've went out and bought a handful of those $20 tri-band Baofengs that they came out with. For a $20 Baofeng, they work kind of good. Got one for me, got one for N8XKD, and got one for Lily to play with when she gets her ticket. As far as the questions, I'm going to go bed and breakfast tonight, B&B. And I'll give it back to you. This is KA8LYJ.
All right, well, thank you, Bob. Got your answers down there for Bravo and Bravo. All right, next we have a handful of in and outs here I'm going to run through. Cases KJV, AF5JB, WA8KOC, and W8TD. That's going to take us down to KC8FQV Mark. How you doing, Mark? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
All right, KSFQ. I'm going to say B and A. And I'm ready to leave Cedar Point now. Yeah, I got my eyes straightened up and watered, and the stuff cleaned out again. And yeah, it's closed for the season now. So I just wanted to check in, and now we'll drive home. So there's a lot of sand up in the parking lot. So I heard Lake Erie talking. So let's send it back to net, KSFQV. And the Ham Fest was good early the morning. So we'll send it back to net, KSFQV.
All right, well, thank you, Mark. All right, got your answers down there for Bravo and Alpha. That looks like he's back in the blue screen. Let's go up and call for him again. AV8MO Andy, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
All right, my HT's doing some funky stuff here. Yeah, I got out of the shower in good grief. You're already on 25. It's only quarter after 3 UTC. Let's see here. I don't know. For trivia, I'm not prepared. I don't know. We'll do the air conditioning, AC. Kitty. The kitty cat isn't here, believe it or not. So, but yeah, she normally is. So, had a good time at the Ham House. It was great seeing a bunch of people, some dear friends that I know and love, and a few noticeable people that I did miss. I'm not sure on Nick at Night if you made it. I didn't miss you if you were there, and Eric as well. But I did see Dustin and just Nick and Ron, the limo driver, and UIB John was parking cars. I was half tempted to run him over since he was standing in front of me, but I refrained. So I didn't run John over. I don't think Lori would appreciate me running over her husband there. So that's all I got for here. I'm headed to bed. Thanks for getting me in there. You're tired. Yeah, we're all tired. I'm going to bed. So there. Back to you there, Nick at Nite, KEAQKO. This is ABNMO.
All right. Well, thank you, Andy. We'll put your answers down as Alpha and Charlie. You can always reread the trivia and the blue screener. We'll probably we will probably read them again on the net. You can change your answer if you want. No, I didn't. I was not able to make it to the Hamvention today. We went to where did we go to? My wife had a birthday party with her family, kind of weekend getaway, which we did up in Frankenmuth in Michigan. So drove back from there today. It was a fun weekend. Good times. I'll get into some of that when I give my little comments later. But thanks for checking in there, Andy. I appreciate it. Break for time. This is KE8QKO on the WWKY repeater 147 Mark 390 positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And, yeah, we're going to go back down and to our next station we want to talk to. That's N5KBD. Peter. How you doing, Peter? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight? All right, nothing heard there. I'm guessing Peter was in and out because looks like he didn't respond to Eric on the pre-show, and he's not responding now. So 73 Peter, sleep well. Next we have KE9CQD, Tim. How you doing, Tim? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Wow, thanks so much. Good listening in so far. Yeah, you're on the list. I've been having a good night here. Good Sunday. I got a family. Our father-in-law is visiting from Phoenix right now up here, and had a good day. Went to church and had lunch, and Back to the Future was back in theaters for the 40th anniversary, so took the kids and the wife and the father-in-law, and we all went and saw that. It was awesome. That's about it. Winding down the evening now with the BeaconNet. But over to trivia. For the main tonight, I'm going to go with Bravo, CQD. I hope I wouldn't get that one wrong. It was, once I got issued my call sign, that's the reason I didn't go with my vanity call that I had picked out. But I'm going to go with Bravo, CQD. Alternate trivia, I have no real idea. I'm going to go with C, Charlie. And we'll stick with that tonight, Bravo and Charlie. But I'll turn it back over to Net Control. This is KE9CQD.
All right, well, thank you, Tim. Got your answers down there for Bravo and Charlie. And here I thought that you just got a lucky draw on the call signs. But it's good to know. Anyway, thanks for checking in. I appreciate it. Next, we have KE8MMY, Chris. How you doing, Chris? What do you have for the BeaconNet tonight? All right, thank you, Chris. You have a good evening as well. We got your answers down for Alpha and Alpha. Next station we have is in and out, and that's KN4 EWT. All right, we are down at the bottom of our list. Anyone who would like to check into the beacon net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, this might be a short one. We'll do one more round of call out, another call out for check-ins. If you'd like to check into the beacon net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
KE8QKO, this is KD8SLG.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Hector Romeo Zulu, Terry in Ellenboro, West Virginia. Be in and out this evening, 73 Bellman Net, KF8 ERZ.
All right, I've got KD8SLG checking in, and KF8 ERZ, though, Nick, you're already checked in. You're like the second person I'm going to talk to if nobody else checked in. So, but I guess you go ahead and take it.
KE8QKO, this is KD8SLG. Hey, Nick. I missed you today, man. I missed W2JLS, too. I was really looking for John opening show up. But I did see a bunch of people, and I met a few new people, and I got people to meet people. That was really fun. Anyway, awkward silence, so I'm jumping in. And hi to Terry down in West Virginia, KF8ERZ. Good to hear you, man. That's all. I just wanted to jump in and, you know, if I talk for like more than 40 seconds, other people check in so they don't have to hear me again. I could go on like this for minutes and minutes and minutes, probably time out the whole shebang. Anyway, I won't. But Nick, man, how you doing?
Doing good, Nick. I'm doing good. Yeah, I was kind of wondering if you checked in, kind of like when you put $1 in your own tip jar to let people know that you get tips. Yeah, doing good. I'll get to some of those comments, what I did and why I'm feeling good and why I'm tired in a little bit here. But thanks for checking in there, Nick. Appreciate it. We'll go talk to our net control team. We're going to go through and talk to K8VZA. Oh, if you do want to check in, you didn't get the last 2 rounds. I'll call for another round of check-in. But we're going to go up, down, and talk to K8VZA Eric to get to, see what he was up to and see what he's got going on. Eric, take it away.
KE8QKO in the net, KE8VZA here. Had a pretty good weekend. My wife and I went out to dinner Saturday night for our anniversary, and had a good time. Went to this place called the Brew Kettle here in Strongsville. They have a couple other locations, I think Huron, Brunswick, and there's one other, and I can't think of it at the moment. Great food, excellent food. Kind of an interesting menu. I mean, they have some typical stuff, you know, some burgers and whatnot, but they have some very different stuff, very good stuff. I had a prime rib sandwich. It was really good with 2 different kinds of cheese and gravy to dip it in, brown gravy. It was delicious. Wife had the same thing. We couldn't resist. It was one of the specials. Anyway, what else? Yeah, my brother who flies for Delta, he's a captain and flies 757, 767s. He literally flew into Cleveland late last night and is at my parents'. So I went over there today and visited with them for a while. I rarely get to see him because he's such a moving target. So it was really nice. So I missed the Ham Fest. Sorry to miss everybody. I miss a great Ham Fest. But, yeah, I had to see my brother. Anyway, KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Eric. And hey, are his arms tired?
Yeah, his arms were a little bit tired last night, from what he told me, because he flew in from New York City. So, yeah, I'd say yeah.
All right, sounds good, Eric. Thanks for checking in. All right, Katie at EPC is in and out, and then we just talked to Katie at SLG. He can always check it back in later. Wait, did I get Nick's trivia answers? I don't think I did. Nick, what's your trivia answers? Katie at SLG, KEQKO.
You did not get my trivia answers. I was just butting in to break up an awkward silence. Oh, here, I'm gonna pull an Andy. I'm gonna go back and look at the questions. I'm gonna read them back to everybody, and I'm gonna think about it out loud for like a minute or so. No, I'm not. I'm gonna go with Bravo and Bravo. Not Bravo and Bravo, but Bravo and Bravo. Got that, Eric? Bravo and Bravo, not Bravo and Bravo. You too, Nick. KEQKO, Katie, 8SLT, back to you, Net Control.
All right, well, thank you, Nick. Got your answers down as Bravo or Bravo. Thanks for checking in, and thanks for getting your trivia answers. This is KEQKO on the WWQR repeater 147, Mark 390, positive also with a PL tone of 14, Mark 8. Next two stations we have are in and out. That's W8HRF and K8YUK. And that's going to take us down to KI5DAY Alan. How you doing, Alan? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KI5DAY in the net. What do I have for the net? Let me tell you, I love the singer about the Muna and the Juna and the Springer. Yeah, I love the singer. Man, I'm tired as the dickens. I would almost pay $20 for about 10 minutes of sleep, and I'm one tired puppy. It just hit me like a ton of bricks. So, little bit of allergy action going on, though, but that's all right. I got some extra, well, I was going to say Dramamine, but I don't think that's the right word. Anyways, I'm pretty tired. But we will definitely be chilling like a villain tonight and relaxing after the net. But if it's I don't mind so much tonight. It's been a long weekend full of busyness. That's my fault, but I was involved in a lot of stuff this weekend. Nothing that you'll hear about in the news, most likely. I don't think, anyway. KI5DAY, backing in.
W8WKY.
All right, well, thank you, Alan. I'll tell you what, if I can maybe try to get this net ended 10 minutes early, you can send me a $20 bill, and I'll accept it. And, yeah, maybe I'll take you up on that. Okay, as for me, yeah, I had where did I say I went? My brain is fried. We went to Michigan to, I already said the name of the small town, to a little Christmas sort of German village up there, with my wife and her family, and rented a little Airbnb and kind of hung out and did all that stuff and did shopping, and my wife wanted a carriage ride, and she was really happy to have a nice celebrate her birthday with her family like that. And then today we came back and stopped at, yeah, I'll tell you what, there's a Cabela's on the intersection of 23 and 50 in Michigan when we were coming back. That thing was huge. It had a freaking aquarium. I know the Cabela's have like fish and everything. This had like an actual aquarium in it. That was pretty neat. So we kind of went there, walked around, looked at that a little bit, then drove on down to Toledo, went to Tony Pacco's for lunch, which I don't get to go there very often, and I always enjoy going. Had a couple of hot dogs, Cody with their sauce on it, bowl of chili, some potato salad, good stuff. So my wife's going to be very unhappy with me later on tonight when I go to bed, but that's, she agreed to go. But anyway, that's about it for me. But it's been a busy, fun weekend, and I'm ready for bed. So if we have an early net, I'm not going to be upset by that. Okay, we're back down at the bottom of our list. We're going to do another round of check-ins. So anyway, if you would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Victor Kilo 2 Delta Yankee, VK2DY, Robert in Sydney.
All right, VK2DY, Robert, take it away.
Yes, good afternoon. I'm still trying to figure out. This is Robert, VK2DY in northwestern Sydney, where it's currently 2:34 p.m. Monday afternoon. Sun is shining, and it's 33 degrees, which is 91 Fahrenheit. So, warm weather here in Sydney. I think summer's coming on pretty soon here. Anyway, other than that, nothing really exciting to report. We didn't have any trick-or-treaters here, but the typical way it's organized here in Australia is that it tends to be local groups around the school. So people tend to move near schools when they move, and so a lot of little kids are very close to the schools, and these neighborhoods become big Halloween areas. There's one in about less than half a mile from my house, and it was really packed. There were hundreds and hundreds of kids down there, all sorts of costumes, all sorts of decorations on the houses. Really amazing. And then there was nothing, and then you go another half a mile from my house and come to another one of these neighborhoods, and it's the same thing. So it's really sort of interesting how it's sort of scattered out that way here. Anyway, kids had fun. That's the most important thing. That's what Halloween's about, is kids having fun. Other than that, I'm going to go with Bravo and Bravo. Thank you very much, VK2DY.
All right, well, thank you, Robert. Got your answers down there for Bravo and Bravo. Yeah, glad the kids had fun for Halloween. It's pretty good. We actually did all of our Halloween stuff like the week before, so we didn't have any Halloween stuff going on this weekend. It was kind of interesting. Like I was driving up to Michigan Friday night, and I saw these people dressed up and going into stores and doing things, and I was like, oh yeah, it's Halloween. We're not doing any Halloween stuff on Halloween. It was weird. Anyway, thanks for checking in, and it's good to hear you. And back to my list here. If anyone would like to check into the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Whiskey 8 Tango Delta, W8TD, John.
Texas, KJ5, ATA, KJ5, ATA.
All right, I've got W8TD and KJ5 ATA. Would anyone else like to check into the BeaconNet? Please call now.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Alpha November Romeo KF8 ANR Gary in Wellington. I'll be in and out.
All right, I've got KF8 ANR checking in and out. Would anyone else like to check into the BeaconNet? Please call now. All right, nothing heard. Let's go to W8TD, John. See how he's doing and see what he's got for the net tonight. John, take it away.
W8TD. This will be the final check-in for this trip with the .39 repeater. I'm checking in from various locations since October 17. And I'm now at Tokyo Airport about to head home, so next time you hear from me, I'll be using a radio the way it should be instead of a stupid telephone. Talk to everybody when I get back. W8T2.
All right, sounds good, John. Did you happen to catch our trivia answers and want to answer them?
No, I just got online. That's all right. Go ahead and guess CNC for me.
All right, copy that, sir. Push down for CNC, Charlie and Charlie. Thanks for checking in. Have a safe flight home. Next, we have KJ5 ATA Guy. How you doing, Guy? And what do you have for the beacon net tonight?
Oh, yeah, BeaconNet. This is KJ5ATA once again. I don't even know what those trivia questions are. But it's okay. I mean, you don't have to tell me. That's all right. Anyways, really feeling kind of weird about, what's going on up there in Ohio, with that Airbnb and such. That sounds kind of strange. Maybe you guys know more than anybody else. And as far as the gentleman from Australia, my gosh, he sounds really American for speaking on there, it says, I usually would expect somebody with some Australian accent, like, hello, mate, talking like, what's this, Crocodile Dundee or whatever. Anyways, if anybody wants to come back with a trivia, that's okay. If not, that's okay too. Anyways, this is KJ588 back to network.
All right, we can do that, Guy. This is K8QKO on the WWKR repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And yeah, Robert's actually from the U.S. originally. He lives in Australia now, so that's why he sounds like he doesn't really have an Australian accent. He actually has a U.S. call sign, too. I always forget what it is. But, yeah, that's where we're at there. Okay, let's go up and talk to K8VZA, Eric, to get the primary question read again. Eric, take it away.
KE8QKO in the group, KE8VZA back with main trivia. Before SOS, that's Sierra, Oscar, Sierra, the international distress signal was what? Choices are Alpha, MDY, that's Mike, Delta, Yankee, or option Bravo, Charlie, Quebec, Delta, or option Charlie, QSD, not to be confused with LSD, that's Quebec, Sierra, Delta, or option Delta, QRH, that's Quebec, Romeo, Hotel. I just posted this in the blue screen again, KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Eric. Let's go back down to KI5DAY, get the alternate question ready again. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY. Hey, yeah, tonight's alternate trivia question is, in the early 2000s, a research team of scientists believed, excuse me, let me try that again. In the early 2000s, a research team of scientists developed a bioluminescent animal using jellyfish glow genes. Which one of these animals did they make the first glowing animal? Was it A, an Atlantic mackerel fish, B, a rhesus monkey, C, a Laysan albatross bird, or D, Dr. Esther Cornwaldelbein snapping turtle Gunther, KI5DAY. Back to net.
right, thank you, Alan. Let's go down to KJ5 ATA Guy and kind of see if he has the answers. Guy, take it away.
Okay, this is KJ5 ATA back to network. I'm going to say alpha and alpha. If I have it correct, alpha for the first question was MDY. To me, that means like SOS is Mayday, so this is short for Mayday. That's my logical sort of guess on there. And then this next one is, we're talking about luminescent, aquamarine things. I'm going to say A again. A is in alpha for some kind of fish thing. But, hey, I've been wrong before, but usually I'm always right. So, anyways, yeah, we're going to give it back to the network and let them take control, back to network control. This is KJ5 ATA.
All right, well, thank you, Guy. Got your answers down for Alpha and Alpha. Is there anyone else who would like to check into the BeaconNet? Please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, nothing else heard there. Let's go up and get our trivia answers. KE8VZA, would you read the primary answer, please?
KE8QKO in the group, KE8VZA here with the main trivia answer. So before SOS, the international distress signal was option Bravo, CQD, that's Charlie, Quebec, Delta. Let me take a break for time and I'll read you the rest of the story. KE8VZA returning. CQD was the international call for distress before SOS was adopted. In 1904, the Marconi Company suggested the use of CQD for a distress signal. Although generally accepted to mean come quick danger, that is not really what it meant. And it was a general call, CQ, followed by a delta, meaning distress. And a strict interpretation would be all stations distress. So the Second Berlin Radio Telegraphic Conference in 1906, the Germans had a proposal of Sierra Oscar Echo, SOE. They had already been using it, and they had a lot of discussion about it, and they thought that the E being only one dot in Morse code might be either missed or maybe somebody would think it was dropped off. So they decided to substitute an S at the end instead of an E, and there you have it, SOS. The Marconi Yearbook of Wireless Telegraphy and Telephony in 1918 states the signal SOS was adopted simply on account of easy radiation and unmistakable character, meaning it had a good rhythm to it. It was easy to remember. A lot of people think it means save our ship or save our souls or save our sailors. Really, those are just loose interpretations. It really has no meaning other than an S, an O, and an S. So there you have it. KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Eric, for a fine trivia question. Let's go down and talk to KI5DAY Alan to get the answer for the alternate question. Alan, take it away.
Kilo India 5 Delta Alpha Yankee. Yeah, tonight's alternate trivia question was which one of these, prior to 2000, early 2000s, a research team of scientists developed a bioluminescent animal using jellyfish glow genes. Was it an Atlantic macrofish, Reese's monkey, Laysan albatross bird, or the snapping turtle Gunther of Esther Cornwalloby? It was actually a rhesus monkey, strange as that sounds, it's happened in a DNA reinsertion of a rhesus monkey in Oregon in 2000. They inserted a glowing gene obtained from jellyfish into 222 monkey eggs, of which 120 grew into embryos in laboratory dishes. 40 of those were transferred to 20 surrogate mothers, 2 embryos per mother, but only 5 pregnancies occurred, from which 3 live fetuses were born, but only 1 contained jellyfish genes, which glowed. There you go, strange as it is. KI5DAY, back to net.
All right, well, thank you all for another fine alternate trivia. Okay, we have time for one more round of check-ins. So one more round and only one more round of check-ins or rechecks of the BeaconNet. So if you want to check in or recheck to the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo Delta 9, Delta Victor Bravo, KD9, DVB, Chuck in Cinnamon Lake.
All right, I've got KD9, DVB. Chuck, go ahead and take it, sir.
Thank you, Net Control. Yeah, this is KD9 DVB, Chuck in Cinnamon Lake. Yeah, first time here. I heard about the BeaconNet and finally got a chance to come out to my shack and listen in. Just kind of heard the answers to the trivia questions, but sorry I missed the rest. And hope to be back on here again maybe Wednesday night when it repeats. So with that, back to Net Control, KD9 DVB.
All right, sounds good, Chuck. We got you in there. Thanks for checking in with us. Thanks for the first time check-in. Yeah, we usually run a little bit later than this on Sunday, but it seems to be a pretty quick night tonight, so we ended a little bit. We're ending a little bit early. Yeah, definitely come back and join us on Wednesday or next Sunday, and listen to that. Answer some trivia. It's a good time for all. So thanks for checking in there. Okay, and that's about it for us. On behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, K8VZA, KI5DAY, K8SLG, W8HRF, K8YUK, K8EPC, and Larry the Rubber Chicken, I would like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us on this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the BeaconNet, Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the W8WKY repeater, Allstar Node 48496 at Echolink WWKY-R. You are welcome to join us on the Barometer Net, also on the WWKY repeater, every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, except for Sundays. Don't forget to check out our friends on the Border Breaker Net, every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. You've been listening to the BeaconNet. This is K8QKO, returning the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use at this time, 73 all.
KSFQ. I heard the first answer, but what was the letter for the second one? KSFQV?
KC8FQV, KE8VZA here. The letter of the alternate trivia was a rhesus monkey.
All right. It was BNB tonight. Okay. I think that correct was the first. Yours was B, KSFQV.
That's correct. Bravo and Bravo.
All right. Sandusky about a month ago. I can't recall. I have to look on the thing. I was at the rest stop in Lorraine, but I was a little slower tonight. So I'm at 61 Chevy dealer. So I pulled off, and I was going to try to get the thing, but you answered it. So, well, it was good hearing everything, and we'll see everyone in the morning. KSFQV, thank Eric.
All right, Mark, no problem. Hey, drive carefully, and we'll hear you on the net in the morning. 73 KE8BZA.
Narrating KSFQV. I'll leave it connected as long as it wants to stay. I have had it drop several times in the last, since I've left the parking lot, KSFQV.
trouble listening.
Morning, John. The HXX. Where are you headed today?
Hey, Tom, good morning. Headed to Ashland. Somebody decided to drive through the subway. Car parked in the subway dining room this weekend. So going up there to get that patched up and make sure everything's okay until we get it fixed permanently.
Wow. Yeah, people got to learn not to drive into buildings. I say people need to quit driving in buildings these days. Crazy.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of static on my. I'm still hilltopping, but I'm heading at a rapid pace. But we got going right now. One in Bell Village, moving to one in Ashland. So.
Yeah, I got most of that one. Real good. Yeah, wow. Well, things going all right in your end. And unfortunately, we got colder weather now.
Yeah, I heard the colder weather, or cooler weather, I guess we'll call it. My truck was so I missed some of that conversation. Like I said, it's staticky on my end this morning. I gotta switch back to a real radio. This cheap Chinese thing don't have a very good receiver or transmit, I don't think.
Yeah, they don't. I run a little thing in the vehicle, what is it, 8900? Our, yeah, I forget. But yeah, it's a little premium thing. It's a little bit bigger than a pack of cigarettes, it seems. But yeah, for local, it's fine. But yeah, I understand about reception and probably some things noise it up too.
Yeah, I have, I think 3, the Kenwoods, the 71s, what are they, V's, whatever, 71 dual band radios, and they work really well. I have one in my shack, and then I had one in my van, but I just recently got rid of my van, and then the one that I was running in my other truck, I didn't put in here. I bought this, I don't even know what brand it is, some Chinese thing, but it's a nice setup because everything is controlled. The radio is remote, and the only thing you have is a microphone, and everything's controlled off of an iPhone screen, but that way you don't have anything in the vehicle or have to figure out anywhere to mount anything other than hang your microphone. That's nice, but the reception is not very good, and I've been told that the transmit's not so good either, so good idea, but maybe they need to work on the quality of the piece of equipment.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you sound good. Except, when the signal isn't as good. But yeah, otherwise, not doing too bad.
Yeah, I'm into Waco now, so signal's starting to sound pretty good here. Reception's a little bit better. When you're on the outskirts, boy, it doesn't, you don't fade out. It just shuts you off. Like, it goes choppy. Instead of having, like on a regular radio, this is probably the Chinese radio on a chip version of a radio. So the reception is either there or absolutely not. KD8PQP.
W8WKY.
Yeah. I think DMR is kind of that way, too. It's either there or not. All right, real good. Hope things are good, doing good at home, and let's see what time it is. I'll see if John's out there. WHXX, you out there, John? Yeah, I might not be able to talk right now. About 5 minutes, Joe will come on. Yeah, real good. Been a little while. Getting my wife's stuff together, lunch together for work, and figure out what I'm going to take. WHXX.
Yeah, I got this couple little projects to get going, and got enough work for my guys for a week or so, so my wife and I are going to head to Florida Wednesday morning. My wife has to work the polls on Tuesday, so I wanted to leave this morning, but she has to work the polls tomorrow, so we're going to leave Wednesday morning and go to Florida for a week and check everything out there and make sure everything at the house is okay, and then maybe enjoy some of that 77 degree and sunshine down there. KD8PQP.
Oh, good. Yeah, that'll work out. Yeah, my wife, aunt, and uncle used to have a trailer down there, and last month finally got that sold, and they're not able to go down anymore. But yeah, the rent was getting pretty high. Rent on they own the trailer, but the property spot was really getting high for each month. So I was glad that that's over with now.
Yeah, that's the problem with the trailer in Florida. Man, they really hammer you on the lot/HOA fees, and there's all kinds of restrictions in most of those trailer courts. It's kind of an expensive route to go when you look into it. It's actually cheaper just to buy a house in the long run. At the beginning, the trailer's a lot cheaper. You can get into them for practically nothing, but they just hammer you on the lot fees, and it just keeps going up and up and up. They got their little tricks they like to play, is they get you in on a low rent for 1 year, and then after that they just bump it up like high percentages every year. Kind of crazy. All that for a trailer. Then you end up with a trailer that you can't get too much money out of because Nobody wants to pay the lot fees on them. KD8PQP.
Yeah, it was sad. They originally listed a fair price, and they had to come way down. It's been 2 years they've been trying to sell it. And a different group took it over about 4 years ago. And they just, all kinds of restrictions. And anyhow, it just, and then now that he had a stroke, so they're unable to go down anymore. So, yeah. But, yeah, it's crazy what they ended up charging them a month. All right, I'm going to have to drop out. Joe, if you're listening, good morning. And I'll be back a little while later. WHXX.
Okie doke, Tom. Nice talking to you this morning. I'm going to jump off here for a second and answer some phone call that I'm getting or message that I'm getting. So I'll be back in here if anybody else is listening in a little bit. KD8PQP.
AV8AV, mobile.
AB8AV, this is K8PMI. How you doing this morning, Joe?
It's fine, Bill. Phil, good morning. Did you make that ham fest, and how are you doing this morning?
Well, I'm doing great. Getting moving really early. That time change affects me. I just can't sleep in, so my biological clock gets me up an hour early now. But yeah, went down to the Ham Fest, met up with some of the Sarah group down there, and just walked around. Typical Ham Fest, but I guess some guys got some good deals, and a lot of people it seemed like, so it was a good time.
We got there about 9:30, 10, between 9:30 and 10. I was looking for a L-craft, but no one had any used L-craft equipment out or L-craft equipment out. Saw a few people, ran into one of my first students, so that was a surprise. He had a Yaesu FT900 for sale, so I might call him later about that. It looked like a pretty good deal.
Well, that's good. I probably just missed you. I was there till about 10 or 10:30, but the last half hour I was sitting over at a table with some of the Sarah fellas and just chit-chatting, and I got up and left, so you were probably walking around. So I'm sorry I missed you. But anyhow, I just pulled into the office, just wanted to jump in and say hi when I heard you call out. So I'll be clear on your final, and you have a great day. 73, this is K8PMI.
Phil, you too. Nice talking to you again. Yeah, it's been a long time. AB8AV.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Phil. AAHCT. Enjoyed seeing both of you at the Hamfest yesterday.
Morning, Craig. I think
Good morning, Joe. Phil Craig, NAYMY.
Get to work. But, yeah, it was nice running everybody. Didn't find the radio I wanted there, unfortunately. I didn't see any Elecraft putting out. I knew they were giving Elecraft hats and T-shirts out as prizes, but I'd rather have the rig.
Good morning, John. And, yeah, Phil, I think, signed off. Joe's still going, and you're still going, and I'm getting the dogs in. So, good morning, all. AAHCT.
W8WKY.
Go ahead,
Chris
John.
out there
I'll
this
follow
morning.
Craig.
Sure. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Joe. A little crisp out there this morning.
Because I won't follow Craig. He must be tied up in something else. Yeah, it is a little bit. Did you find anything at the Hamfest? And did you win all the tickets you were buying?
Nah, it's kind of bummed. I got called twice for tickets, and it was before the big prizes. I got a hat and I got a T-shirt, literally, a little bag of like koozies. Yeah, I was kind of bummed out there. I was hoping to snag a radio.
Well, that's the only Hamfest that I ever won on HF Regat. That was years ago, and that was a surprise. And there was an email. I was told my wife, just kill her. It's probably just an ad. And checked it out. I had won.
Yeah, I got to put eyeballs on a few more people that I talked to. Met Tim. A couple of the guys I talked to on 10 meter. And got to look at some stuff. There wasn't anything there that really caught my eye.
No, there really wasn't. I met a former student there. I had years ago when I first started. He had an FT 900 for sale. I might give him a call on that, but I'm still holding out to find that Elecraft. That's what I really want.
I actually figured there would be more, I guess I'd say radios there. I mean, there was a couple tables full of stuff that just, I don't know. I didn't see that many radios.
It used to be they would come in the door and there'd be a table or two selling Beanie Babies, another table selling computer parts, somebody selling jewelry, and then you get to the radio stuff. I mean, there was a lot of stuff there, but nothing that I absolutely had to have, and it wasn't on my list. I was looking for a new logbook. There weren't any logbooks for sale, but it's funny. And I saw Tim right about where I saw you. That's where Tim was. Craig found him for me, or no, Nick found him for me.
Yeah, Nick did the same thing for me. Tim was over there taking money for the tickets, which I had been over to that table twice with Tom and bought tickets. I had plenty of tickets to win the prize. I just didn't get pulled at the right time. But yeah, Nick come over to me and he said, Tim's looking for you, and he says, right there he is.
KZATG Mobile. Morning.
I was standing with Ron, LNK, when you came in there.
Speaking of the devil, there's Tim. Morning, Tim. Go ahead.
Morning, Tim. Morning, Joe. It's early. Morning, Joe and John. Yeah, good seeing you both yesterday. I was kind of all over the place.
Good morning, Tim. And I didn't get to see you yesterday. AAHCT.
Actually, you did. The whole time I was wondering, you don't realize that it's me. I was sitting at the table. I think I'm the one that sold you your white raffle tickets.
Okay. Wow. Well, I thought, no, Tom was sitting at the table. All right. Well, anyway, if it is, I apologize. I would have been, because you're somebody. And again, a lot of people had, some form of identification, a call sign or something, and a lot of people just had, clothes on. And so I apologize. But, yeah, all in all, I thought it was a good day. It was worth the trip, and it was fun. It was fun. So so now, did you work the whole day at the show, or did you get to walk around a bit?
I took turns walking around. That's why I said I was kind of all over the place. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, it was a surprise after 5 years finding out what someone looks like. That big eyeball contact. I just looking for stuff. Didn't see anything I wanted for sure, but you just never know what somebody's going to be carrying around or adds to the table. I think there were just a couple more tables this year than last year. And I think it's John's turn next.
Yeah, good meeting you, Tim. And I was surprised there was a few empty tables there. And Craig, to your comment, I think everybody had clothes on that I seen. I didn't see anybody without them, but it was a little cold out for shorts and no shoes weather. But Joe, did your family enjoy the planes?
Yeah, the kids always enjoyed that stuff. And then they always wanted to go to that flag gun and turn and pretend they're firing that. So yeah, they had a good time. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, I walked around myself. I think I was up there one time, a long time ago. I don't know what it was for, but I just, for some reason, believe I was there once before. But yeah, I spent some time and checked everything out. There's a lot of stuff up there to see. There's some nooks and crannies there with some neat stuff. Go ahead and take it there, Tim.
All right, well, I'm almost to the gym. I'm off today for, I thought I was going to have to deal with my car, but I got that squared away, and so, then I just kept the day off, so run errands and stuff. But, yeah, it was good to see everybody. I ended up with an air gun to shoot tennis balls, and I ended up with a little case that I bought off of Anthony, one of the guys that's in the Ohio section newsletter. But yeah, I'm gonna jump off of here and head into the gym. I got about 30 seconds, so I'll just listen out. Everybody have a good one. KZ8TG Mobile, and I guess Craig, you're next.
Well, I thought it was excellent. I thought they had a decent crowd. I think the crowd, in my opinion, was bigger than last year's crowd. But yeah, it's always good to see people, and yeah, we're kind of really blessed to have the maps with all those vintage planes sitting out there so close to home. You know, and of course, we've also got the Air Force Museum down in Dayton, so we've got a lot of planes flying around. So there you are. Well, I'm sipping coffee and just waiting for the sun not to. Oh no, the sun's going to come up earlier today. That's right. AAHCT.
W8WKY.
The time frame's easier to deal with. One of the springs is a tough one. Yeah, it was a nice ham fest, and it wasn't junky looking. Like some of them got stuff thrown all over the floor and all over the place. So, but again, didn't have what I wanted. I did see that tennis ball shooter. The guy had a spinning wheel on. You use it to throw a line up instead of trying to use your arm to get a line over a tree.
Yeah, it's funny. Me and Tim were standing there talking, and he brought it up. And I told him, I said, you better go over and buy that because I'm going to go get it next. And I followed him over. I was waiting to see if he was going to buy it or not because I had my eye on it earlier. And sure enough, he took it.
Hey, Greg.
Well, that's a deep subject anyway. No, I thought, and getting to see the people is always so much fun for me, and it's different than a Sarah meeting because it's a whole group of people that, you know, normally you don't see and probably won't maybe in some cases see until again next year at another Hamfest. So I was I guess, pleasantly surprised by that, and I'm with you, Joe. The radios, didn't see some of the things that I might have been interested in. I don't know that I saw any Elecrafts, and that was kind of one of the things that was on my, at least to look at list. So anyway, yes, back to whomever, and I don't know if Sean's back there yet or not. He was in here, I think, this morning a little bit earlier, so whoever wants to take it, go right ahead. AAHCT.
Yep, I'm still in here just listening along here. Went through Dalton on 30. So, good morning, everybody. And like I said, just listening along. KD8 PQP.
It's my turn to get ready to go to the gym, work on Body Beautiful. So, everybody have a good day. Craig, thanks. Give me that idea for that app. I put it on the phone. As soon as I figure out how to use it, I'll let you know how it turns out. All right, AB8AB, we'll be clear.
Have a good workout, Joe, and good morning, Sean. N8YMY.
Yep, have a good one, Joe. Good morning, John.
I got my other tower up finally, the small one there, and put a 10-meter IMAX antenna on it.
Oh, good. I was wondering how your tower project's been going. I've been so busy lately. I haven't even been able to get on the radio. Going the wrong direction at wrong time in the morning, but this morning heading to Ashland, so got a little bit of time in here.
Yeah, I found a guy that'll climb a tower for $40 an hour. Got a nice gen pull. He's not a ham. He's not a sea-beer. So you got to kind of help him out a little bit with the antenna part of it. But he's definitely not afraid to go up and do whatever. And he's got the equipment. So that worked out good. And I started to pound the ground rods in on that one, and I ran into the same issue. So I don't know. They might not go down too far.
You should put your ground rods in They don't have to go straight down. Just put them in at an angle. Or you can bury them in a ditch. It doesn't really matter. They don't have to go straight into the ground. You definitely have some hard ground. We know that.
Yeah, I got Freddie Flintstone gravel pit over there. Yeah, it's solid clay. Definitely solid. Come on in there, Craig.
All right. Well, I haven't tried to get my ground pounded in yet. That's an adventure for the next couple weeks here. I've got a Hustler vertical that's mine that I just need to get back here and then try to get it set up before winter, and that's going to be the extent of my antenna work. I think until spring, unless something miraculous comes about. And yeah, just pretty much calm, quiet, and wow, from Carrollton to Ashland. That's a trip, Sean, isn't it? Or am I mistaken with my geography here? AAHCT.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a drive, but had somebody decide yesterday to, listen to them tires on my trailer. Might be set a little bit touchy. Had somebody decided yesterday to make the subway a drive-in, so they parked their car inside the subway, so I got to go patch up the front of the building. K88 PQP.
Well, that sounds exciting. Now, does somebody have to look at that from a structural standpoint, or is it just minor enough that it's just fixed where, shall we say, the entranceway was modified? Because somebody drove in down here to the Dollar General, and they had to have structural engineer come in and say, yeah, we can't, and it was a mess. So, yeah, just wondering. AAHCT.
They hit it right in the center of the window, so they ruined the window. So everything is under the header, so there's no structural issue. It just knocked the knee wall out underneath the window and shattered the window. So won't have to worry about that. We got another one they hit, Belton Village, one up at Belton Village. That one's a little bit worse situation. It's a concrete block building, so we're going to have to tear the cooler box down, build a temporary wall, rip all the concrete block out, and rebuild it back. It's a little more involved than this one. This one's wood studs and a little bit of masonry on the outside. K88 PQP.
Well, then you pretty much never know what your next challenge is going to be, so that keeps it interesting. Avoids boredom, and challenges your technical and just your skill set to make everything look like nothing happened. How cool is that? Wow. AAHCT.
WHXX.
Hey, good morning, Tom. Go ahead.
Back for a few minutes. Hey, give see if Ray's out there yet. K5 CFY WHXX. A little early, we'll try again, about 5 minutes.
time change might have Ray messed up there. He didn't stick around for the beacon net last night. He was in and out, so maybe he's sleeping in.
W8WKY.
CFY. Nope, a jet just flew over, and I wasn't sure if you were hollering for me or not. I thought you were, but anyway, yeah. I set my clocks all ahead and everything, but Fred didn't set his, so he's trying to get us to go out a little earlier than normal. Well, it's normal for him, but anyway, it's kind of all messed up, but hopefully he'll cover.
Real good, Ray. That's good. Yeah. I knew unless you was having connection trouble, you would try to get in there if you heard us. All right. Sounds good. You have a great day. We got 37, I think. I forget what it is when I look, but not a bad day today. Otherwise, dry, so make the best of it. Have a good one. K5 CFY, W8, check 6.
Tom, well, I think it's 47 degrees, but we have a wind chill down around 30-something, I think, but got a 10, 15-mile-an-hour wind. It's out of the south. Still feels pretty chilly, but anyway, good to hear you guys. I'll get off of here, and we'll be monitoring. K5 CFY.
Good morning, KC8FQV. How's everyone doing out there?
Real good, Mark.
Good morning, Mark, and I hope your day's starting out well. We're starting to see a little light on the horizon. Yeah.
Waking up earlier than
about 16 after 6 to see some light. That's encouraging. AA8CT.
Yeah. Well, my playground's closed up for the year up there in Sandusky. So now I have to play this one, I guess. Well, I go down south one more weekend and a couple weeks open it again. But everything else is good. It was a nice evening. You went and listened to the Lake Erie whippet waves up against the shoreline. It was nice. I recorded it. Oh, if I want, I could play that thing anytime I want now. KSUB-QV.
I think yesterday was the last day that we were going to hear John. But W8TD, if you're out there, love to hear from you. I know you're just about, I believe it's today or tomorrow. Of course, wherever you are, that could be different. You're going to hop on a plane and head back to not only the United States, but back to Ohio. So if you're out there, good morning. If you're listening, good morning. And, yeah. Now, John, you are you're working now basically at the field house, is that correct?
Well, I should have started there today as a regular schedule, but they're leaving the sub up there one more week, I guess. So I'm sitting here in limbo right this minute, waiting for some light, and then I'm gonna load a couple mowers, and we're gonna mow one more time. We got a bunch of property. The school district's got some schools that are under construction that we have to cut the grass, and and we got some other properties that we cut grass, and we're going to do it one more time. So I think I'm gonna wait here and see how it is here once the sun comes up a little bit. But no, I'm kind of like in between this week still, back and forth, which is okay. I still got a few things to do down here. I wasn't really ready to leave yet. I'm really never ready to leave. I'd rather stay here all year, but there's not a lot to do once everything, all the games are done.
Well, I think you'll find that it's going to be a little brisk mowing this morning. At least it was brisk when I was out with the dogs. I even broke down when I looked at the thermometer on the way out and threw a stocking cap on. So, yeah, it's coming. So there you have it. But it looks like it might be, I mean, the stars were phenomenal this morning, and so that means clear skies. So then theoretically it should warm up relatively quickly.
Yeah, from the looks of, I looked at the weather yesterday. I haven't looked this morning, but I thought these first 3 days, and especially Wednesday, I think Wednesday was going to be the nicest day. We're going to be, I got something at home I got to get done. I got to get my motor home winterized here pretty soon. It gets a little cooler down in my area than it does in the city, so I got to start watching those evening temperatures. N8YM1.
I don't think, at least I'm not aware of, I don't think down here in Shreve we have had a actual freeze yet. We've hung at 34 2-3 times, but I've not seen it dip below the 32 mark, so you've got a little time, and you know darn well that it takes quite a bit to freeze that stuff out, and usually, a lot of times I know people that would just, they wouldn't ever put any antifreeze in. They would just hook the compressor up, blow the pipes out, and for them that was good enough. I always put antifreeze in just because I felt that gave me a little buffer of safety, so I didn't have to worry about a fractured water line. AAHCT.
Yeah, I blow all the lines out with air. I put about 50 pounds of air in, and then I disconnect the water pump, because a little bit of water lays in that line right there, and I take the filter, unscrew the filter, and just lay it to the side. That always reminds me that I disconnected the pump. And then I blow out the hot water tank and leave the plug out of that, and I only just pour antifreeze in the traps. I don't put any antifreeze in the water lines or the water tank. It takes too long to get rid of that smell and the look of it. So never had any problem, but I do it pretty thorough. I probably go 3 times, through the whole plan 3 times to make sure I got it all out. But see, I used to keep my motorhome in heated storage. Last year was the first winter that I let it sit out, and I saved myself about $1,600. So that wasn't so bad. N8YM1.
I agree wholeheartedly with you, and I never. It's going to be interesting. Mine's been winterized now for 2 years and never been driven, so it's going to be interesting to see what, if I ever try to put water back in it, what that's going to be like. But it is something that requires a little bit of forethought and a little bit of attention, because you don't want to be trying to replace water lines. Wow. I've had a couple people had to do that, and it's not a pleasant process. And I'm sorry, I got a phone call right when you started talking, so if I missed anything, I apologize. AAHCT.
W8WKY.
No, I just kind of kept thinking I was going to use it one more time, which I still kind of think I wanted to use it still. You know, I wanted to go out that last time, but the last 3 weekends, stuff's been going on, and I mean, it's not getting any, the weather's not getting any better, and it's like, we go out one more time, we're going to be, cold. I mean, there's a threshold to where I like to camp. I like to camp when it's pretty nice during the day, and I don't care about at night, but I definitely want it to be nice so we can get out and hike or ride the bikes or whatever. N8YMY. You heard Nick in there this morning, Craig, KV8SLG. You out there, Nick?
I guess the answer is not, and yeah, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. I wonder if Miss Nancy's out there. KI5OZZ. If you're out there, Nancy, good morning. AHCT.
Good morning, gang. Yep, just trying to get the coffee together. So there you go. Good to hear everybody. And it is Magnificent Monday yet again.
I hear that sweet voice.
Oh, I hear Jim.
Early bird gets the worm.
Now, what sweet voice are we talking about? Are we talking about Jim or are we talking about Nancy? Because I think Jim's got a nice voice in the morning. He gets us all going. And by my clock, it is, I'm seeing 27, so he can get 3 minutes into his list, and I think that would be fantastic. So, WB8, BMW. WB8, BMW. Why don't you take it away, and then you'll have a little time left at the end to see if somebody wants to jump in. So good morning, Jim, AHCT, and I hope you had a good weekend, and missed you at the Hamfest, but it was good. It was good. AHCT listening on the side now.
Good morning, Jim. Welcome to the group. Boy, oh boy, they're just all piled up out there. Yeah, I heard that middle mark in there. And thank you, Greg. Well, it wasn't your voice that I heard. That was Miss Nancy up there. She always perks my ears up, you know, in the morning. So she can get her crew up and running, we'll go to her, and then we'll get started on this menagerie, all meddling around out there. K5. KI5 OZZ WB8 BMW. Good morning, Nancy. I haven't had enough caffeine, I don't think, yet this morning. So how are you doing?
Well, Jim, WB8 BMW, KI5 OZZ, good morning to you and the rest of the crew out there. Since you haven't had enough caffeine yet, that would indicate that you're still ahead of me because I just now finished making mine and I haven't even had a sip yet. So thank you for the compliment of the sweet voice, but to me it's a little rough until I have the caffeine. So there you go. Good morning, everybody. I'll pass it back to you. Make sure and say howdy to Miss Judy for me. KI5OZZ.
All righty, Nancy. I'll definitely do that. Yeah, I got an early trip to the to the vet this morning, the VA, And I got my blood drawn last week, so now the doctor's going to yell at me for doing something. Don't know what it is, but anyway, I've made it this far on minimal doctrine, so I've been pretty lucky. Alrighty, Nancy, you get your coffee. I'm going to see if JJ's up and moving around. N9TN WB8 VMW. See if Tennessee is up and running this morning. Good morning, JJ.
Well, good morning, Jim. I don't know if I'm awake or not, but I'm here, and hope you are doing okay and had a good weekend. Somebody was talking about the Monday morning blues on another repeater. I've got 44 degrees here in Boring, Tennessee. High today, 55. So another nice fall day. Nothing much going on here, just getting ready for the day. This is N9TM, Boring, Tennessee. Back to you, Jim.
Alrighty, JJ. Well, I had a pretty good weekend, and hopefully we'll get through the next week. It looks like it's going to be pretty good weather. You know, that there nasty stuff isn't due just yet, so that's a good thing. Alrighty, K8 PMI, WB8 VMW. How about a Grandpa Phil? Are you up and at 'em this morning?
WB8 BMW, this is K8 PMI. Good morning there, Jim, and good morning to all the barometer netters out there. Yep, had a great weekend. Got to take the grandbaby trick-or-treating for the first time, although she didn't keep the candy. I had to eat it, but it's all good. So I'll let you round everybody up. You have a great day, Jim. 73, everybody. This is K8 PMI.
Well, yeah, it's nice to let them have candy before they got teeth, but it's better to start them out on carrot sticks and celery and nice green and veggies and everything, and stay away from the sugar. That way you won't have to punch yourself full of holes every day like I do. Alrighty, Phil, you take care of that family. Alrighty, now we'll see if John is having the top of the morning, the beginning of this here work week that we don't work anymore. AC8AT, WB8 BMW.
WB8 BMW, AC8AT. Top of the morning to you, Jim. Again, I'm glad you're here. I come in the shack this morning, discombobulated. Got to do the time change. Forgot about that. After I heard it 1,000 times, I forget about it. Oh well. But anyway, Illyria's 41 degrees, feels like 35, 87% humidity. Wind southwest at 10 miles an hour. Supposed to be a high of 54 and a 30% chance of rain. I guess there's a blob north of us that's dropping south. But it looks like it's kind of dissipating. Anyway, Jim, let me say good morning to everyone. Hope everybody had a good time at the Ham Fest. I was there in spirit. But back to you, Jim. WB8 BMW. Top of the morning, my friend. AC8AT.
W8WKY.
Alrighty, John. Well, now that the weather's getting bad, all of your steps should be inside, because you get outside and you try to keep up with your steps, you know, you might get over exuberant and fall down and bust your bottom. We don't want that. So you take care and do all of your walking inside the house, because I don't want a vacant space here on my early net in the morning. Alrighty, now we'll see if Chris has got his coffee and is getting ready to head Mobile. KE8MMY, WB8VMW. Alrighty, Chris. Well, this sounds like a pretty full weekend. Now you get in there, you work so that we can, so that you can take the next weekend off. But the colder it gets, the less running around you do on the weekend. Alrighty, Chris, you take care. Alrighty, we'll see if what John is doing down there. If he's going to have to get out in the weather or he can get inside. N8YMY WB8VMW. Good morning, John.
WB8VMW N8YMY. Good morning, Mr. Jim. And I'm just kind of hanging out waiting for it to get daylight here to see what I am going to do. I got some grass to still cut. Believe it or not, it's still growing. And it's in public places where the public sees it, so I got to make sure it looks good for the season. So we're just kind of hanging out here, waiting for daylight. I'm down here at Munson right now, looking out the window, watching the traffic on 77. And yep, spent a few hours at the Hamfest yesterday. Met a couple people. Well, actually, got an eyeball on a few people that I've been talking to, which was kind of cool. And other than that, just kind of laid low this weekend. Jim, have a great day. And you said you got to go out and do a little traveling today. Just be careful and be safe. And we'll talk to you tomorrow morning. N8YMY.
All righty, John. Well, yeah, you got to keep it looking good for the public, but you got to keep inside as long as you can. Alrighty, well, we'll see if our retired worker that's got a job and he's waiting to retire again, WAAGXX, WB8VMW. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Jim. Yeah, getting ready to go. Another day. And enjoying the job. You have a good one. Keep warm. Hopefully you get enough sun today. WB8VMW, WAGXX.
All righty, Tom. Well, now you can start working so that you can work toward your retirement again. But I don't know. I think I done the same thing. In fact, let me see, I started in 85 after 20 years, and then I got another one for 5 years, and another one for 5 years, and then one for, I don't know how long the next one was, retired from. But my last one was the hardest one because I went to retire, and I told them, and they're going to have a party for me and everything, and the first time they raised my pay and shortened my hours, and I stayed another year. So I thought, no, that's enough. So the next year come around, and before they could get in there and have the big party and everything and offer me something to stay, I snuck out the back door, and that was it. I was done. So you'll have to do the same thing, Tom. All righty, now we'll go back to this here middle mark that we heard him in there this morning. K4OG, WB8VMW. You sounding good this morning, Mark.
WBA-VMW. I'm just so happy to be back up here, Jim, and hear your voice. Not that I didn't have a good time at home. I had a great time at home. I filled up my family visiting coffers and QSOs, and yeah, I guess I'm recharged, Jim. Didn't even have to go under the house. Them sub pumps, they're working great. I can't hear them running, but I can hear the gurgling from the backwash when they stop. You know, gurgle, gurgle, bloop, bloop, bloop. Anyway, good to be back. Good to hear you, Jim. K4OG.
All righty, Mark. Well, we're glad to have you because I don't want no vacant spots in my list here because that worries me when I get vacant spots. Well, I'm glad you didn't have to get under the house, and I'm glad you got all of the QSOs and everything. You leveled everything off up there or down there. Now you're back where you're number 2 home. All righty, now we'll go to Southern Mark. We'll see how he's doing. KE8SFS, WB8VMW.
Jim, I'm enjoying myself. I'm just starting to work certain puzzle and listening to you guys and taking care of myself and everything. You know, that's pretty much it right there. You know. I found another word. But out of that, doing okay, you know, everything. And just sitting back and listening for the net. I'll be here for the net. And using. So I'll give it back to you. Kia at the Serapacto, sir.
All righty, Mark. Well, Judy, before her stroke, she could sit down at them word finds and go through a whole book, and then we'd have to go and find more of them at the different places. Hallmark had some, and that Family Dollar and all them. We go through there and we get a bunch of them. Well, then after a stroke, it was so hard. It was hard to sit there and watch her trying to work them anymore. So we gave up on them. All righty, Mark. Take care. All righty, now we'll try Northern Mark. KC8FQV, WB8VMW.
Well, morning, Jim. Well, I went and looked at the temperature. It was 44 degrees outside. Nice and warm over here in the house at 70 at night. That furnace does a good job. It went to the Ham Fest yesterday morning. That was a good time. Seen a lot of the folks. Seen a lot of stuff. Then I left and went up and played on the playground one more time. It's done. So I don't have that to contend to try to want to go and do because Cedar Point closed for the season. So now I'll have to mow lawn still. Yeah, there's some lawn to be mowed, which I'll do that. Get it clipped down low and get it clipped so it'll be ready to unfortunately start to grow next year again. So I sent it back your way, Jim. But yep, one of my things I like to do is done for the season. The K7QV.
W8WKY.
All righty, Mark. Well, I went to very few theme parks because I never really enjoyed the roller coasters or anything like that. But I like to go to watch. Down at Disney's, I went to the different around the lake there and visited all the different places. But the rides weren't that exciting to me. All righty, Elmer. We'll see how the yard's doing this morning over the weekend. See if everything went okay. KE8HNK WB8VMW.
KE8HNK, mobile here. Good morning, Jim. Good morning, rest of the listeners. I'm here on 76 East. Traffic's flowing fairly well. Everything went good this weekend. I'm back on the airs here. I just kind of had to take a sabbatical from the radio for a little while. And other than that, just wanted to say stay healthy, stay blessed. Been probably checking the net control track side, so I'm going to turn it back over to you, KE8HNK, back over to WB8 BMW.
All righty, Elmer. Well, I'm glad everything went, fairly good over the weekend. Back on the radio, sounding good, so that's a good thing. All righty, well, we'll see how Randy's doing, how his daughter's doing. KD8, CFH, WB8, BMW. How about it, Randy? How's the daughter, and how many pups you got on your lap? 2?
KD8 ZSH. You're batting 1,000. Got 2 of them in my lap. And my daughter is improving. She's much better than she has been. Still not all the way there, but she's definitely improving. So we are encouraged. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for their prayers. We've got another trip up to the hospital to see her today. But other than that, we just kind of take it day by day and see what the Lord gives us. Back to you, Jim.
All righty, Randy. Well, you give her a little kiss on the forehead from all of us and tell her that we're thinking and we'll keep her in our prayers, that she will come back to where she was, and hopefully back to 100%. Yeah, we never get back to 100%, but the closer we come to the best that we can do is good. So you tell her we're thinking of her. All righty, well, now this weekend wasn't too bad, so the critters in Tom's backyard should have had a pretty good weekend. We got a few days coming up in the week. They ought to be okay. KA8MNT, WB8 BMW. How's the critters this morning, Tom?
WA8, no, that's not right. WB8 BMW, this is KA8MNT. Good morning, Jim, and everybody that's there. The critters are doing pretty good. Right now, they're starting to stir and move around a little bit out there. I haven't seen the kitty with the white stripe again, so maybe he moved on to different locations, which makes me happy. But other than that, I think their foraging and everything is starting to come to an end, because they're looking a little plumper out there now, and the fur is a little thicker on them, so I think they're getting ready for their nap time. So that's about it then. So with that, this is KA8MNT, back to WB8 BMW.
All righty, Tom. Well, now you got to be careful, and keep check on them critters out there. And if some of them feel a little lax in getting their winter stores together, you might have to go out there and throw some food in the backyard, because we don't want them to lay there with their belly growling until spring. So keep an eye on them. Keep them critters healthy and everything. That way they'll keep quiet. All righty. Well, now we'll go down and see if Mark and Sarah, see how they're doing this morning. WB6, BJN, WB8, BMW. Good morning, Mark and Sarah.
good morning, Jim, WB6DJN here in Clarksville, Tennessee. I hope everybody had a good weekend. We had a good weekend down here. Sarah's doing good. I'm doing good. We're all good. Let's check my current conditions here. 30.30, 3030. That barometer is